What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Lizard series, Spider-Punk. Here we do have Spider-Punk in the packaging. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get them opened up, and then we'll have a better look at Spider-Punk. So stay tuned, everyone. So here we have Spider-Punk posed and out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's take a look at what Spider-Punk comes with. Spider-Punk does come with the right arm of the Lizard Build-A-Figure, which we'll have a look at when Lizard is all put together. So in the meantime, let's focus on Spider-Punk here. Now, Spider-Punk here does come with a few accessories. For starters, he does come with a right hand with a pick molded in it for strumming the guitar. We also do get a right fist. We also do get a left hand for holding the guitar. And then we also do get the standard rock out hand. It's not a thwip hand because the thumb's inside, so it's like that, not a thwip hand. You get the idea. But his final accessory is his guitar, and although it is a really nice accessory, it is fairly plain. There's really not much detailing on it. And when I got it out of the packaging, the neck was like warped. And it's still kind of warped right now, but it does go around him, and he does hold it pretty well in this hand. And then, like I said, he has a hand with a pick in it. So that's Spider-Punk for you guys. So what we're going to do now is actually take a closer look at the figure. And so here we have a closer look at Spider-Punk. And I have to say, I'm not a fan of the character, but I do like the way the figure came out. It's not one of my personal favorites, but it's still an okay figure. He does come with a unique head. At first glance, he does have just the standard Spider-Man head, but you can see they did mold his punk mohawk here. It's done in a really nice silver plastic. Although you can see they didn't quite paint them all the way down to his head. There's still a really nice little detail that makes him stand out from other Spider-Men. And in case you haven't noticed, he is wearing a denim vest. You can see he has pins and buttons all over it, just like a punk rocker would. And then he also does have the studs on his vest here. And then we have his Spider-Man logo. You can piece together what that says. Moving on to his costume, you can see he kind of has the standard Spider-Man costume if you look at him like this. It is semblance of a spider. It's not 100% like a spider in the front. He doesn't have the logo, but it's a nice take on the costume. He does have the webbing running down his arms. However, unlike the standard Spider-Man costume, it runs the full length of his arm. It doesn't stop right here, and he has like red right here. It's just blue, and it's the same for both hands, or both arms. And then you can see the pick in his right hand, which is done fairly well. And then, as far as his lower torso going down, it's just blue. So there's no additional belt, there's no extra webbing on it. Going down to his feet, he actually does have different feet than all the other Spider-Man figures, and I do like that. Although on mine you can see the left leg isn't pegged in properly, and you can even see a little gap right there. And I might have to try to heat that up and close it, because as it stands, that does affect how he stands. But moving back onto his boots, they're done fairly well. It would have been nice to see some actual Converse sculpted on him. Although it is kind of sort of like Converse. It's not quite the standard Converse look, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Still a really nice little detail, and I do like that. So again, not a huge fan of the character, but I do like the way the figure came out. So what we're going to do now is actually take a closer look at Spider-Man compared to a few other figures you may have in your collection. And here we have Spider-Punk posed next to the Spider-Man from the Toys R Us 2-pack and a Marvel Legends Cyclops. And finally, here we have Spider-Punk posed next to a Marvel Legends Pizza Spider-Man and a Marvel Legends Infinity War Black Widow. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at Spider-Punk's articulation. Now, he is on the Spider-Man body, so he does have quite a bit of articulation. Let's run through it really fast. His head is on a ball joint, and it works surprisingly well. We don't get side-to-side tilt, but we do get some up and down movement on that, so I do like that. His head is also on a disc hinge, so it does bury his chin into his chest. and then looks up really well. And then of course he swivels at the head. Arms on a ball joint go out to about that far. They do a full 360. I do like that. Swivel at the bicep, double jointed in the elbow. Although mine's a little stiff, I do worry about that because that's such a small joint. He swivels and hinges at the wrist, no problem there. And then we also do get a butterfly joint for Spider-Punk here. He has an ab crunch which goes back about that far, crunches forward really well, swivels at the waist. Legs do go forward quite a bit. They go back. They only go out to about there, which is kind of sad for a Spider-Man figure. You'd expect them to go out even further than that. He does swivel at the thigh, double jointed in the knee. He swivels at the boot, and then we have a hinge in the ankle which goes back and forward. Although if you do push it a little too far, the foot comes out, so that is something to take note. You can pop it right back in, but I do worry that too much of that is going to break that peg, so do use caution. And then of course rocker ankles for Spider-Punk here. So overall, pretty good articulation here. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Spider-Punk posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like the way this figure came out. Even though I don't know too much about him, I still think this is a really nice figure to own. However, I really don't see a use for him in my collection because I'm not a huge Spider-Punk fan. I'm a Spider-Man fan, but honestly, I've never asked myself, do I really need a Spider-Punk figure? He is essential if you want to complete the Lizard, seeing as how he does come with one of the arms for Lizard. But other than that, I really don't see him as a must-have unless you're a die-hard Spider-Man fan. Now, I was able to get my Spider-Punk as well as the rest of the Lizard Build-A-Figure series off Big Bad Toy Store, and at the time I'm making this video, it is in stock. So if you are looking for a Spider-Punk, there's your chance to grab him. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other Marvel Legend videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.